Good evening to our viewers watching on television and to those joining us across our social media platforms. I am Daniela Arouche for the Monday, August 17 edition of the Guyana TV9 News. In the headlines tonight, Sigma Engineers fires back at opposition leader, signals legal action. 1 in 4 new HIV cases in Guyana affects young people aged 15 to 24. CXC rolls out new certification models to give Caribbean skills regional, global recognition. 109 families contacted as government expands 𝑰𝑵𝑭𝑗𝑗 support. And CCJ President slams influence claims in Mohammed's extradition case, completely unfounded and untrue. And now for the news in depth. Sigma Engineers Limited Incorporated has hit back at allegations made by opposition leader Azzuddin Mohammed, rejecting what it describes as serious misrepresentations about the company's operations and government contract in Guyana. Here's more in this report.
In a strongly worded statement issued Monday, the company said it has engaged legal counsel and intends to pursue appropriate legal action over the claims. Sigma Engineers also moved to correct what it says are inaccuracies surrounding the company's establishment and its Guyana operations. The company said Sigma Engineers Limited was not established 5 days before receiving a government contract, as allegedly claimed. According to the company, Sigma Engineers Limited has been incorporated and operating in Bangladesh since 2003, while Sigma Engineers Limited Inc. was registered in Guyana on October 6, 2022. The company said its first contract in Guyana was awarded in 2026, following a national competitive bidding process conducted through the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board. Sigma Engineers also addressed questions surrounding Mohammed Attar Ali, stating that he has been engaged by its Guyana entity as a senior technical consultant. The company stressed that Attar Ali has no affiliation with Sigma Engineers Bangladesh operations. Sigma Engineers Limited Inc. remains committed to conducting its operations in accordance with the laws and regulations of Guyana and to maintaining high standards of professionalism, accountability, and integrity, the company said. Sigma Engineers said it respects due process and believe public discussions involving businesses operating in Guyana should be based on accurate and variable information. The company indicated that more information could be forthcoming as its legal team continues to examine the issues raised. The response comes as scrutiny continues over the allegations made by the opposition leader regarding the company and its government contract. Sigma Engineers, however, is making it clear that it intends to vigorously contest the claims. Adana Darek, Guyana TV9 News.
Caribbean Court of Justice President Justice Winston Anderson has forcefully rejected allegations that he attempted to influence the outcome of the extradition appeal involving Guyanese businessman Nazar Mohammed and his son, opposition leader Azzuddin Mohammed. Here's more in this report.
The allegation surfaced amidst a wider controversy over leaked confidential correspondence and internal discussions involving judges of the regional court. But Justice Anderson is adamant there was no judicial interference. Addressing the Mohammed appeal, he said the 7 judges engaged in detailed deliberations in which they held different views on aspects of the reasoning and how the judgment should be framed. According to the CCJ president, such disagreements are normal and healthy within an appellate court. What he said was never in dispute, however, was the final outcome. All 7 judges were unanimous in their deposition of the Mohammed appeal, Justice Anderson stated. He also rejected suggestions that any judge was pressured, directed, or improperly influenced to reach a particular conclusion. Quote-unquote, no judge worthy of being on the CCJ bench would ever allow himself or herself to be unduly influenced by any other judge, including the president. Justice Anderson further dismissed claims that judicial opinions were suppressed, explaining that dissenting judges are not published in the court's original jurisdiction and that unanimity is standard practice for international courts exercising that jurisdiction. He described suggestions that a judge was instructed to reach a particular conclusion as quote-unquote wholly without foundation. The CCJ president also condemned the unauthorized release of confidential court material, warning that such disclosures threaten judicial collegiality and can undermine public confidence in the institution. As questions continue to swirl around the leaked correspondence, Justice Anderson maintained that allegations that he sought to influence cases are entirely unfounded, insisting that judicial independence remains a principle he has consistently defended. He said the CCJ will continue carrying out its mandate with independence, fairness, and integrity despite the controversy surrounding its internal affairs. Adana Darek, Guyana, TV9 News.
More news after the break. Do stay with us.
𝑔𝑐𝑜M is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2026 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all Guyanese who meet the eligibility criteria to apply for registration. By so doing, you would be ensuring that you are issued a national identification card and are included in the official list of electors for future elections, provided you meet all eligibility criteria. This registration exercise will end on November 30, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact 𝑔𝑐𝑜M on 225-02779 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
I know you have work to do, but come, I just need a minute of your time. It won't even take that long. So, I have a proposal. We could do besties in Punta Cana. Really need a getaway. And not to worry, I went to Sunita Travel Agency and they recommended a few hotels that do all-inclusive stays. And they're very affordable. The vibes. Let me tell you something. We do not want to miss a trip to Punta Cana. Why? Ziplining. No, I know this is not your vibe, but please, listen. Hold on. Wait. I know you like throw it back. There's a boat party. We could go there. And then there's this thing called buggy adventure, some buggy something. I don't know, but I want to be a buggy or whatever it is. I just want to be a part of it. And then we got snorkeling. Oh, this thing is so ugly. Please, you be next to uglier things than this. Stop it. Trust me, you're going to love it. It'll be just you and me, Punta Cana, drinks, just having the time of our life. Not to worry. We've got many flight options, and they made sure that they went through it with me. The prices are affordable. Trust me. I know you like thinking about the budget or whatever. Remember the time when we went and we missed the flight? Yeah, when we booked with Sunita Travel Agency, even if it happens, with slim chance, they'll know what to do and we won't be stranded like we did the last time. This solid plan. You, me, Punta Cana. Cheap. It won't even hurt your pocket. Please say yes. Yes.
Welcome back. You're watching Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. 1 in every 4 new human immunodeficiency virus cases recorded in Guyana is affecting young people between the ages of 15 to 24. A trend the Guyana Responsible Parenting Association says is concerning and requires urgent attention. Here are the details in this report.
GRPA Executive Director Kobe Smith said the figures obtained through data from the Ministry of Health highlight the need for renewed efforts to protect young people from HIV and other sexually transmitted infection (STIs). He warned that the trend could undermine significant progress Guyana has made in HIV testing, treatment, and prevention over the past 2 decades.
The STI trends among young people in Guyana is actually concerning. One of the things that we know through data from the Ministry of Health is that 1 in 4 new cases of HIV are actually affecting young people between the ages of 15 to 24. That is concerning. That's a concerning reality and a situation that we need to address because Guyana has made significant progress in testing and ensuring that there's treatment, in ensuring that persons know their status, in ensuring that persons are, of course, virally suppressed. And so we really need to ensure that we don't roll back on the gains that we've made over the past 15 to 20 years.
Smith said Guyana has made considerably gains in ensuring that people know their HIV status, access treatment, and achieve viral suppression. He stressed that those achievements must be protected, particularly as new infections among young people remain a concern. The GRPA executive director also pointed to the broader STI situation among young people, saying greater emphasis must be placed on prevention, protection, and education. He said young people need clear information about condom use and the importance of taking steps to prevent sexually transmitted infections.
Understand condom use and understand protection and understanding preventing STIs. And so I guess the general point from GRPA is that we need to really learn and listen to young people more to be able to know how can we serve their needs in greater ways beyond what we think we should provide to them. And so we've been listening to young people in schools, out of schools. We've been listening to young people online. And that has really informed a lot of the work that we do at a community level. Generally, persons would be screened maybe once or twice a year, depending on the risk or vulnerability. And so we really want to ensure that persons generally know their status at least once a year.
Smith said one of the key lessons from GRPA has been the importance of listening directly to young people about their needs. The organization has been engaging young people both in and out of schools as well as online, using their feedback to shape community-level programs and services. He said regular HIV and STI screening should also form part of individual health practices, with testing recommended at least once a year, depending on a person's circumstances and level of risk. Public testing sites supported by the Ministry of Health are available, while GRPA also provides HIV and STI testing and screening as a partner of the Ministry of Health. With young people accounting for a significant share of new HIV cases, GRPA is calling for continued investment in prevention, testing, and education, while encouraging young people to take greater ownership of their sexual health. Smith said the organization's focus will remain on understanding what young people need and ensuring that services respond to those needs rather than simply providing what adults assume is necessary. Adana Dorek, Guyana TV9 News.
More news after the break. Do stay with us.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008-600-5006, or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana, Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, prime time, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamahar Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Welcome back. You're watching Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. The Caribbean Examinations Council is rolling out new certification models aimed at helping more Caribbean people transform their skills and competences into recognized qualifications, according to CXC Registrar Dr. Wayne Wesley. Here are the details in this report.
Wesley said the council has developed a product innovation model that expands beyond its traditional offerings, including the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, CAPE, Associate's Degree, and Diplomas. The new approach introduces two additional models: hybrid innovation and proxy innovation.
Our program, our product innovation model rather, which now gives our standard classical product, which persons are used to, the CSEC, the CAPE, our associate degrees and diploma. But now we have created two new additions to our services that we provide, and that is of hybrid innovation and proxy innovation. The hybrid innovation is simply combining products from CXC with products at the national level that is of importance to that particular country in awarding a particular qualification.
Under the hybrid model, Caribbean countries can combine CXC qualifications, including the newly developed CTEC qualification, CSEC, or CAPE, with specialized national programs designed around each country's development priorities. CXC would then work with the respective country to certify students in those specialized areas. The second model, known as proxy innovation, allows member states to design their own programs, while CXC provides quality assurance. Wesley said this would give locally developed programs regional recognition and greater prospects for global acceptance, drawing on CXC's internationally recognized standards.
And member states might develop a program that will utilize our newly minted CTEC qualification or our CSEC or our CAPE to be combined with specialized programs that is unique to their country's priority. And we work together to certify the students in those areas. The other section or the other product innovation model that we have come up with is that of the proxy innovation. This is where member states are now able to design their own program. CXC will come in and quality assure those programs, giving it regional recognition within the context of global acceptance because CXC is globally recognized.
Wesley said the new approach is supported by CXC's Skill and Competency Framework, which identifies skills required for economic development and employability and organizes them into 5 thematic areas and 15 sub-themes. These include problem solving, communication, and critical thinking, as the Council seeks to ensure Caribbean qualifications reflect the skills needed in today's economies. He pointed to the region's growing orange economy as one area where the framework could be applied, noting skills in design, craft, and cultural production, showcased through carnivals, crop over, and other festivals. By quality assuring programs in these and other specialized fields, CXC hopes to ensure Caribbean workers can have their skills formally recognized and apply their qualifications not only across the region, but also in the global marketplace. Brad D'Souza, reporting for Guyana TV9 News.
75 social workers, counselors, and psychologists are helping families and survivors affected by the MV Barima tragedy as the government of Guyana continues its long-term psychosocial response to one of the country's most devastating maritime disasters. Here are the details in this report.
Minister of Human Services and Social Security Dr. 𝑉𝑵𝑽𝑺 said the team includes personnel from her ministry and the Ministry of Health, with additional support from professional and international organizations. Minister Prasad said the teams were mobilized immediately following the tragedy and have been working across affected regions, including regions 1, 2, and 4. Their work involves counseling survivors, supporting grieving relatives, assisting families during the identification of loved ones, and maintaining contact with people who may be struggling with trauma long after the immediate emergency.
Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, and yes, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. So across the country, on the ground, in the affected regions, we have 75 officers, social workers, counselors, and psychologists. And the psychologists are primarily from the Ministry of Health, Mental Health Unit, and a few from the Ministry of Human Services. And you will appreciate that with this level of tragedy and with the multitude of emotions that everyone is dealing with, the stages of grief are quite a lot. And it ranges from anger to sadness. And, it requires the consistency that is needed. So even though we have people on the ground and they've been reaching out to every family, including survivors, children, and the persons who are beyond the direct family impacted, we have managed to touch everyone.
The response has also brought together the Guyana Association of Professional Social Workers, the University of Guyana, and specialists from the Pan-American Health Organization, with the government seeking additional assistance from international organizations. Prasad said the scale of the tragedy requires sustained intervention because families are experiencing grief, anger, uncertainty, and, in some cases, the loss of entire immediate families. In addition to the face-to-face counseling, the ministry has established support hubs and hotlines while preparing an online counseling platform known as 𝑬𝑵𝑚𝑏𝑟𝑎𝑐E. The platform is expected to allow affected persons to connect confidentially with counselors and psychologists in Guyana and overseas, expanding the pool of professionals available to those in need. The government has also established a broader support mechanism through the HEART initiative, which combines psychosocial, spiritual, legal, and logistical assistance. According to Prasad, families who have lost breadwinners are being assessed individually with immediate assistance including food, transportation, and other essential needs, while support for children is also being coordinated.
We're here with you today, every day, and for as long as you need us. And even if you don't think you need us, we're here.
The minister stressed that the support will not end with the conclusion of search and recovery operations. The ministry has indicated that psychosocial services are expected to continue for months, with the response evolving according to the needs of survivors, bereaved families, and even first responders who have been exposed to the emotional toll of the disaster. Brad D'Souza reporting for Guyana TV9 News.
And now for your Caribbean News Brief. Former Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is challenging Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar to disclose how many Trinidad and Tobago citizens her government has reported to U.S. authorities for possible visa revocation. Rowley also questioned whether allegations against him and former Prime Minister Stuart Young fit the grounds outlined by the U.S. State Department. Police officer Joshua Hamlet has become the second police officer charged with murder of 16-year-old Jeremiah Paul, who was killed on July 24, 2026. Hamlet appeared before Arusea magistrate on Monday, August 17, where the murder charge was formally read. He was not required to enter a plea because murder is an indictable offense that must be heard before the High Court. Hamlet is represented by attorney Don Yearwood Stewart, while state attorneys Kevin Julian and Gabrielle St. Hilaire are prosecuting. Following the hearing, Hamlet was remanded to state prison and is expected to return to court on October 2nd in Portsmouth. Now, turning to the international news, U.S. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has sharply criticized the United States Memorandum of Understanding with Iran, calling it one of the country's greatest foreign policy failures. In a post on X, Schumer accused President Donald Trump of mishandling the agreement and described it as an utter failure, claiming it has failed to advance the administration's objectives. Schumer also linked the situation to rising fuel prices, saying Gasoline has climbed above US $4 per gallon. He accused Trump of failing American troops and the nation while urging an immediate end to the war through serious diplomacy. Skimmers said renewed diplomatic efforts are needed to repair the damage and support rebuilding. Hundreds of earthquake victims on Indonesia's Flores Islands are struggling to access medical care following a powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake that struck Saturday. Dampek village is among the hardest hit areas, with its health center destroyed and reportedly only one doctor treating hundreds of patients. Dr. Melinda has appealed for urgent assistance, saying casualties continue arriving around the clock. Across Flores, damaged roads, landslides, and aftershocks are hampering relief efforts. Thousands of displaced residents are sleeping outdoors amid fears of building collapses, while tents serve as temporary emergency rooms. At least 68 people have died and about 5,000 have been displaced, making it Indonesia's deadliest earthquake since 2022. And those are the major headlines for tonight's newscast. For more trending stories, follow us at our Facebook, TikTok, YouTube platforms at GGY TV9. I am Daniela Rajo. Thank you for joining us. Do have a great evening and bye for now.